our approach, our philosophy. What are hallmarks of our approach to distribution? What do we want to achieve here? Can somebody name like one thing that we would want to see in a successful distribution? Say again, Roger? It should be highly tax efficient, right? So tax efficiency. I want to, it's very difficult, right? It's very difficult to eliminate risks altogether. Taxes is one of them. I can't make taxes just go away for someone in retirement. It's a very challenging thing to do. What I know we can do is we can make taxes a diminishing problem, right? So what do I mean by a diminishing problem? Over time, the tax exposure, the tax liability that we are subject to is going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. If we've got a good distribution plan, that should be true. Right? Our worst tax years will be in the beginning, and our exposure to tax increases is going to get less and less of a threat, or become less and less of a threat over time. Emilio, I thought you had one. Did you have one hallmark of our distribution philosophy?
Oh, the risk,
reducing risk in the market. Good. So we should have as little risk in the market as possible, right? So volatility risk or market risk should be separated from income. And I'll show that today on a comprehensive scale. We should be able to take every dollar of someone's distribution assets, millions of dollars, structured in such a way that none of their income is ever subject to market risk. Right? Their portfolio is going to have market risk in it, but we will structure it in such a way that where they're drawing income from, there'll be no market risk. There'll be no downside risk for those elements of the portfolio. Even the elements, as I said, that are being eventually drawn from investments, and we'll get into the details there. What else?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's have some guarantees, right? So we want to build in guarantees. What's one area we want guarantees in? Like, what's the biggest area, maybe? Won't outlive money. That's what I want guarantees from a longevity standpoint. I can't outlive the money as a guarantee, right? What else? Good. So always have longevity risk. So I'll put those two together, right? That I'll always have assets, and then there's the guaranteed income for life is the other guarantee that I would say, and those two go hand in hand, right? Everybody's plan should have those things. Some portion, right? Some percentage of their income in retirement should be guaranteed. Every retiree should have that. Every retiree really, at the end of the day, wants that. And when they have that, they're at liberty to do more with their other assets, right? What else should our distribution philosophy be about? How about some long-term care planning, right? Long-term care risk off the table, or at least addressed to whatever extent is possible, right? How about like the first two things that a retiree would say, a client would say? We're thinking of this from the advisor's perspective, but what they would say, probably more important below this line here, they want the highest possible income. Highest possible income, and they want rising income so that they can fight inflation. The last thing that I would add to this list, and we didn't mention this last week, so just shame on me, it was an oversight. And most distribution plans don't have it, but this is the thing that retirees want as much as anything else on this list, which is liquidity. Right? They want to be able to know that if things go wrong, if the worst happens in retirement, they've got money set aside they can access that doesn't infringe upon their income. Right? They want liquidity in a major way. And the typical portfolio, right, this approach that we talked about, the jack-of-all-trades approach, every dollar has to be deployed to create income because this approach creates so little income. They can't afford to have liquidity. So we want to have a strategy where we've built liquidity into the model. We can absolutely deliver on all these things with the same resources, with the same asset base. We can structure it better and have higher income, rising income, high tax efficiency, long-term care risk off the table, market risk off the table, and those guarantees built in.
So the liquidity would be that portion of the whole portfolio, right? About how much?
It depends, right? There's no rule. It depends on, it's a case by case. But the point is, like Emilio's question is, it would be a portion. No one asset, no one tool does all of these things, right? Absolutely doesn't. But what is true is that assets used in combination, used to their best ability, can do all of these things. The complement can achieve this kind of a result, right?